in 2024, Sweden hosted Eurovision, and it was in Malmo.
Yes.
It's a city with the really tall tower, right? The gigantic tall tower. And the city often get a bad reputation.
Oh.
Yeah. And he's going to talk about it, 3-star vagabond, but he's always very fair when he comment about Sweden. The last time we reacted to him, he was in Uppsala, the gods.
Yeah.
Talk about the gods and the university, and it was amazing. Now it's Malmo, the crime capital of Sweden, the good and the bad of Malmo.
Yeah.
Yes, so he's gonna probably talk about immigration and other things. So yes, if you like this video, smash a like and let us know if you live in Malmo, how is life there? Because a lot of you have suggested us to react to Malmo. Yes.
Let's get started.
Is Sweden's third biggest city, and it's a city full of culture and architecture and food. It's also a city full of crime and segregation. Today I'm gonna explore the good and the bad sides of Malmö.
It's near Denmark, right? Or I'm confusing with another city.
Malmö has a lot of interesting sights. Turning Torso is a gorgeous skyscraper that was voted one of the 7 wonders of Sweden. And you also have the Öresund Bridge, a 7.4 kilometer long bridge that connects Denmark and Sweden.
Oh, so the bridge is in Malmo. Why I didn't know the bridge is in Malmo?
Oh.
It go from Malmo to Copenhagen, I think, right?
Sweden. That's also one of the 7 wonders of Sweden, by the way. It's a bit unfair of Malmö to hog 2 places on that list. The world's first non-violent statue can also be found here. You know, the knotted gun. It was designed by the Swedish artist Carl Fredrik Reuterswärd, and these days you can see similar statues in 30 different locations, from New York City to Beijing. You used to be able to see a statue of Zlatan Ibrahimovic in Malmö as well, but not any longer. In 2019, Zlatan bought into the Swedish football team Hammarby, and that made many people here upset. Because of that, the kind and loving Malmö football supporters vandalized and damaged the Zlatan statue because they didn't approve of his timing with other teams. So the statue was taken down for repairs. But you can still see Zlatan Court, the football court where Zlatan used to play when he grew up. It's located in Rosengård, an area of Malmö that's become quite infamous. We'll get back to Rosengård later, but first I want to show you more of what you can see in Malmö.
Wow, it's pretty.
Yeah.
Malmö will host Eurovision Song Contest 2024, which means that the whole city will be crowded with fabulously dressed people in May. And it's a good opportunity.
You need to tell us, because we did react to 2024. This video was before that. We did react to it. You need to tell us how it went, like in terms of like how the city was, because when there's an event like this, usually the city becomes very vibrant, right?
Yeah.
And there's people from all around Europe that go there. Need to know how it was live before and live after, because it kind of put Malmö on the map a lot, like Eurovision.
Give Malmö people to get rich, because there's not nearly enough hotel rooms in the city. You're better off avoiding this place in May 2024, but if you visit at any other time, then there's a lot to see and do. Hey, excuse me, what do you think about Malmö?
Oh, I don't really know. We just arrived here.
This guy is from Denmark,
ago.
right?
Yes.
So, the first 10 minutes.
Yes, exactly.
Let me guess, are you getting a bit drunk today?
Maybe not today, or maybe not now, but maybe later. Maybe later. It's a bit in the morning to be drunk, I think.
Vångstorget also.
Why is this guy dressed like that?
I don't know.
I know it's probably from Denmark, but is it common to do this?
What happened?
Was it Halloween or something?
Old Möllan is a square filled with food from the entire world. Except that it's pretty empty right now. This is a popular spot in the evenings with a lot of restaurants and pubs nearby. And pizzerias. Pizza is basically Sweden's national dish by now, especially kebab pizza. If you haven't tried Swedish kebab pizza yet, then you haven't lived. It's the ambrosia of gods.
It's good. Suji bought it the other day from a new place.
Yeah.
What nationality was the place you bought it from?
They didn't say, but they said the kebab from Pattaya original.
But it was good.
Yeah, from Pattaya, it's probably like foreigner made it, you know.
Look, they put the huge, how do we call it? Cornichon in English?
Pickle?
Oh, the pickle, yeah.
Chili pickle?
It's good. I really like that pizza.
It's the food of Vikings and heroes.
You like it?
And speaking of delicious
I tried
things,
one piece.
there's also a
was good?
brewery.
Because I ate the whole thing. Sorry. Well, it's good. Malmo Brewing.
Malmö Brewing Company has been delivering local craft beer to thirsty Malmö people since 2010. They have a tap room and a restaurant, but most importantly, a brewery. But unfortunately, I'm not gonna try any of that beer myself right now, because I'm riding an electric scooter. I would never ride an electric scooter while drunk. If you want something other than beer, you can also visit the Sherlock Holmes cocktail bar. Here you can enjoy old-fashioned drinks while you solve mysteries at the same time. They also have puzzles and escape rooms, but unfortunately they're not open today. This was a bit of a miserable display of bars and pubs, but just wait, I've got something special coming up. It's not someplace to drink, it's all about strange food instead.
Whoa.
There's one museum in particular that Malmö is famous for, or rather infamous
Disgusting
for.
Food
and
Museum?
that's the Disgusting Food Museum. Maggots, insects, rotten fish. This museum has 80 of the world's most
Everything that Suji love. Rotten fish.
Fermented.
Bug.
Yeah!
It's not a myth. She love it.
disgusting types of food. Surströmming, fermented herring from
Of
Sweden.
course.
That smells like sewer.
This I never tried.
Roasted
you know that you would
carrots
like
from
it.
Peru.
We can
Casu
eat
marzu, maggot-infested cheese from Sardinia.
Ooh,
Stinky
I don't
tofu
eat this
from
though.
China. And of course, hakarl, rotten shark from Iceland. To be
Huh?
honest, I really don't want to visit this place. Everything sounds completely awful. I'm just gonna hate it.
Eee, what is this?
It's
Oui?
a
Hate
penis,
it.
No?
What pen it from?
This is popular in Cambodia. Bull penis.
Oh.
It's popular in Cambodia to eat that. And I know in Thailand also some people love this, right?
Yeah,
The
of
bull
course.
penis. Did you say your grandfather used love this?
We don't eat bull though because I
No?
think it's difficult to find. Like it's national animal, but a cow,
Cow penis.
buffalo,
Yeah, your grandfather, you told me, loved this, right?
thing like that. I think yeah. Wait, that one look like a Thai things. What's this?
I mentioned that there's a lot of crime in Malmö, but before we get to that, let's talk about
Really?
the history of the city. 340,000 people live in Malmö, so
Wow.
it's not a huge town.
What do you mean it's not a huge town? I don't even see the people in the video. Where are they?
Working?
My guess is that, yes, they're working, but my guess is that there's small part of the town which has a lot of poor people that live there, and it boosts up the population because I don't think there's crime where he's showing right now. Just look too clean and everything.
But it's still a place that's put its mark on Sweden. The history of Malmö begins in the 1100s, when Malmö was a small farming village that actually was located a bit further inland. The name of the village was first mentioned in 1170, but then it was called
So
Malmhaugar
pretty.
or Malmöja. Malm is the Swedish word for ore, but it could also mean gravel back then. And haug or öja means hill, so Malmö was just named the Gravel Hill. The town expanded and became more important in the 1300s though, primarily because of fishing and trade. Malmö was actually Danish back then. All of Scania belonged to Denmark up until the peace at Roskilde
It looked like Copenhagen a little bit. When you look at the building that he showed earlier, it looked like Copenhagen.
in 1658. King Carl X won a decisive battle over Denmark, and Malmö, along with all of Scania, was given to Sweden. But after that, Sweden basically forgot about Malmö for a while. When Malmö belonged to Denmark, it was Denmark's second biggest city, and it had a very central location. After 1658, it was just a town in the outskirts of Sweden instead. Around 5,000 people lived in Malmö back then, and that was actually a pretty significant amount of people for the Nordics.
5,000!
There was a lot of scheming and fighting.
340!
Danish rebels tried to make a coup, and Danish troops also tried to attack the city in the 1700s. The 1700s also saw a lot of improvements to the city. Factories that produced wool and tobacco were built, and Malmö also got a proper harbor. Malmö Harbor was constructed in 1775, and that marked a significant change for the city. The small Danish fishing village was now long gone, and instead this was now a Swedish industrial town. Malmö continued to grow, and in 1840 Frans Henrik Kockum built a mechanical workshop here. Farming machinery, steam engines, and amusement park rides were constructed here, and the town grew rapidly. In 1840, there were 25,000 people in Malmö. In 1880, there were close to 40,000 people.
Wow.
And in 1914, there were 100,000 people here. Malmö was definitely not a fishing village anymore. By now, it was a significant city and the third biggest city in Sweden.
I still don't know where other people are.
Yeah.
It doesn't look like crowded at
I'm
all.
not saying that that's a hentai moment, but I'm not saying that it isn't. There's a lot of street art in Malmö, and many people enjoy renting a bike so they can explore every nook and cranny. Malmö Bike Tours is a company that arranges, well, bike tours as the name would suggest. Another way to see Malmö is to rent a paddle boat and traverse the canal that runs through the city. I'm not gonna do that today because it's way too cold, but I'm gonna show you a bit of the canal at least.
It looks nice. And during autumn, it will be blooming too.
Close to the harbor
Obviously
and the
not
central
autumn, but-
station, you can see Malmöhus slott, Malmö Castle, the oldest preserved Renaissance castle in the Nordics. Parts of the castle dates back all the way to 1434, when it was a keep that belonged to Eric of Pomerania. Danish kings lived in the castle for hundreds of years, and after it became Swedish, it was turned into a fortification instead. Over time, it lost its significance as a fort, and in 1937, it became a museum instead. And then a refugee camp in 1945 for World War II victims, but now it's back to being a museum again. Another interesting fact about Malmö is that Sweden's oldest mosque can be found here. The mosque has been the center for a lot of controversy and a couple of attacks as well, which leads me to another topic.
Finally, it's gonna talk about something. I don't see anything in this video that make me believe that there's crime in the city. We're gonna see now what's going on in Malmo. It looks so clean and everything.
I guess I can't put it off any longer. There's a lot to like about Malmö. The beautiful architecture, the culture, the history. But despite all of those positive things, Malmö is mostly known as the crime capital of Sweden. In 2017, there were 65 firearm incidents in Malmö and 62 explosions. 7 people died and 35 people were injured. And one area in particular has been marked as a no-go zone in the city, and that's Rosengård. Rosengård means the rose garden, but I'm afraid that this isn't a rose garden. There's roughly 22,000 people living in Rosengård, and 86% of those people have a foreign origin. That's not a bad thing in itself, but it's led to a lot of conflict and segregation. You can see a lot of racism from Swedes in Malmö, but you can also see a lot of hatred from immigrants as well. And given the recent conflict in Gaza, there's also a lot of anti-Semitism and...
Well, I see that often, right? 85% of the people in that area, those 22,000, have like an immigrant origin. People are going there because if you don't learn Sweden or you don't have a job, you're kind of forced to go somewhere where you can talk to people that look like you, and then you rob the store because you need food. I kind of sympathize with immigrant when you don't have a lot of opportunity. I'm sure that Sweden there's an opportunity, but you need to meet people where they're at the beginning. That's how I view this.
True, actually.
Yeah. Meeting people where they are at, it just means that it doesn't take only 6 months for people to adapt to Sweden, especially if they come from a country that is completely different, right? And they do things completely differently.
Yeah. Like they need to have opportunity. Nobody can work and they pay tax. So the government of that country doesn't need to give them anything for free. Not just sit in the house and then wait for your tax and pay for them.
Yeah,
That's what people mad about because they don't work.
Yeah, but because there are now 22,000 of them and there's like 18,000 of that 22 that are stuck there, they will come back to their habit that they had in their other country because when people don't see hope, people start doing bad things. That's just how I view this.
A lot of Islamophobia. Sometimes it feels like everyone in Malmö just hates everyone else. Except that they probably all hate people from Stockholm. They can probably unite over that at least. I'm not really painting Malmö in a good light, am I? It's true that there are severe issues in the city, but things might be moving in the right direction. The numbers of shootings and explosions have decreased since 2017. And there's been a cooperation between the police and civilians in Malmö in an initiative called Stop Shooting. Maybe not the most imaginative.
See, these kids don't have violence in them. They're kids. But if they grow up in that area with 18,000 people that don't have a lot of hope, they will become people later that might rob a store or something like this. Because right now they are kids, they don't really think about the future. But when they grow up, if they were not able to get a good education, a good family, and if people around them treat them badly, then they will become the people that they look up for. They will become at the image of the adult of that area. It's just how it works, right?
Initiative called Stop Shooting. Maybe not the most imaginative name, but at least it's self-explanatory. There are also reports that the dangers of Malmö might be partially constructed by media and exaggerated by public opinion. And let's not forget that Stockholm and other places in Sweden also have had crime waves these last years. All in all, Sweden is still a safe country. You can get unlucky and be the victim of a crime, but that can happen anywhere. Rosengård might not be a rose garden, but I don't think it's as bad as many people say. What do you guys think about Rosengård?
I've lived there my entire life. It's been a great time. You hear a lot of stuff in the news, a lot of shootings and stuff like that. I've personally never seen anything like that. I have seen a lot of it, but at the same time, not really. Nothing that really affected me or my family in any way. And I'm very glad. I lived here my entire life, like I said before. I don't regret a second of it. I love it here.
What do you guys think?
It's exactly as
I think Rosengård is the best place in the world.
Rosengård is a great place. I'm raised here, I'm born here, and we like this place. And what we like about this place is that, if it happens problems, then we can solve it.
Well, let me retract what I said earlier. They're not going to become a criminal just by the way that they speak, right?
I hope so.
I don't think because they have a good life, they seem happy, they speak perfect English, which I assume, for some reason, my brain, I assumed that they were not going to learn English as much as other people, but they're born here and they speak better English than I am. This guy even have a San Antonio, Texas shirt, so... they're going to be fine. They are children, and they're the other guys that he never really saw like too bad violence around him. So
Rosengård is so boring.
it's just great. It's a great place. Yeah. I was born here.
It's a place where they chilling.
We always play football.
Oh my god, they can speak English.
He's born in here. That's what's special about Rosengård.
Yeah.
Sweden still has a lot of challenges, but the vast majority of people just want to live their lives in peace. And I do think that that's true, even for a city that's called the crime capital of Sweden. And that's about it for this quick look at Malmö, Sweden's third biggest city.
Well, it's interesting, like talking about the culture and a lot of people stay together. Every place also have crime, right? Like where we live too.
yeah,
It's not far, but I'm paranoid every day though.
Well, I mean, the end to me represents really well what I think about everyone in general. At the end, you can see kids that look happy. They talk normally. They don't talk like people that are surrounded by gang. When you see sometimes young kids in America in some city, you will hear them talk, and you're like, oh yeah, I know your like older brother is probably in a gang because the guys speak with a slang, right?
Yeah.
These kids like talk like very polite, like educated, polite, and everything. They don't. I believe them that they're not surrounded by gang and crime all around them. Of course, if you go at 3 a.m. in some area of that city, you're gonna see a lot of things because of people on drugs, and it's really concentrated in some areas. So you're gonna see that. And then obviously the news are always gonna talk about those kind of crime. White on white crime is not really sexy to talk about in the media. It doesn't sell paper, right? So anyway, if you're from Malmo, let us know what you think about his video. I thought it was very interesting, especially the ending. To me, the kid speaking was kind of eye-opening. So yeah, and see you very soon.